like this when they not sure if it's you and they be looking at you?
It's like, speak, man.
It's like, man.
You got to
hey, man,
speak
you
to
right,
them.
man?
Yeah, you got to ask them that, right?
I only got to, it's only a couple of seconds for me to make some decisions. I got to make decisions.
Yeah, they be doing
it. I need you to smile, man. And the other one where they want to call you across. Hey, Mike. Hey,
yeah.
man, don't call me from across the street,
like,
man.
no,
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Hey, man. That's so disrespectful.
And then you want me to come to you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, come on. Hey, what the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck?
I don't know what to do about that.
I do that. I'll be like, hey, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, come on. Why are you talking to me like that, man? But you know that's the business, and that's why I kind of stopped talking about people in my comedy because one time a dude was messing with me and I got upset. He said, well, you talk about people in your comedy. I said, and he was right. You know what I mean?
That's my job, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. But that's why I was looking at Wendy Williams. I love Wendy Williams, you know what I mean? But I was looking at her like, man, that's the only thing about having a job about talking about people. If something happened to you,
listen,
people are looking at you like,
all respect to Wendy Williams.
What the hell happened to you? You know,
all respect.
Yeah.
She made it all this World Star, all this tabloid shit, all this shit we seen, that was her business. She started, she the godmother of all of that media takeout, all of that. This is the realest when the chickens come home to roost you done ever seen in modern times.
But it can happen to anybody. It can happen to a rapper, anybody that is a reporter of people or of things or places. You know?
Yeah, but she tore people down. She took she was a negative slant. Like, it wasn't just a report with Wendy, right? It was like she would take a negative slant on people and go at things with a certain thing and judgmental and, you know, these other things.
Well, she was selling it, and I think the people wouldn't have bought it if she didn't do that, you know?
Oh, no, she was very successful.
Yeah, that was the sale. That's like trying to tell a heroin dealer, put a little bit more cut on it so they won't really, really get high. But they still going to get high. It's still heroin. You know what I mean? But that's the real deal, man. But it's hard being an entertainer, especially in 2019, man. They got so much going on. Everybody's trying to come up off of each other, and people are just going down for anything, for nothing. I always tell people that I'm hood-proof. I'm glad that I was a regular person before I got in entertainment. So I know what real life is. I know what going to work, coming home, and enjoying watching the game, having dinner. I know how to enjoy regular life. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up in show business. I didn't really get famous till I was 27, 28 years old. So by the time I got to it, I had already experienced real life. I'm like, man, so whatever I get in this business is extra.
Right.
Yeah, it's a plus. That's why when I still see entertainers, I don't say it, but I can be starstruck because I have to pinch myself and say, you in it too.
Yeah.
Because when I say, I'll be like, man, I'm still in it. And you got to calm down. You know, Mike, I tell myself, you got to calm down because you in show business too. But I be like, damn, I forget. I'm looking at them like, man, that's somebody that I would want to, because I remember seeing entertainers before I got in show business, and I felt so embarrassed. Because one time I seen Too Short in Atlanta, and he had to tell me, man, you got to calm down. And to this day, he still remember that. And he be seeing me out, he be just looking at me smiling like, boy, you don't remember you was jocking me. I seen Too Short one time, man. I chased this nigga around the club.
What did you say?
I was just telling him, man, I'm a comedian, man, and I'm telling you, I'm the shit. I'm gonna be fun. He was like, nigga, I don't know you. You need to calm down, relax, get the fuck out of my face. He was with Ant Banks.
Ant Banks.
It was in the 90s. It was like 91, 92. Boy, I'm telling you. Chased this nigga around the club. And now when I see him, I be at the BET Awards and everybody, he just be looking at me like, groupie ass nigga right here made it to show business.
Oh my God.
Oh man, Mike Epps, man. Yo, are you? So you gonna do Friday again? What's the story, man? What's happening? You and Cube, what we doing, man?
Man, you know what? That's Mr. Jackson, Mr. Ice Cube. He has the full control over that movie, but he says that we're gonna do another one.
So if it's right, you're in. That's it.
Man, Don Mega, that's my Cube, my partner, man. Cube, my big brother. I'm always down with Cube. He gave me my start. It's about getting all the other ones involved. Chris Tucker and all them dudes, you know.
I think I saw a headline, Cube, saying that Tucker wasn't going, if we do it more, it's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, you know, I guess that's his decision, you know, but that's what the people want to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The people would love to see Chris Tucker in the movie because he made it.
Yeah.
He made the first one. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have never got a shot.
Right.
And he was so good in it, it's kind of almost hard to do it without him. I mean, we've done it without him, but man,
to come back after.
Chris Tucker, if you hear this interview, come on back, brother. We need you, man. Funny dude, man. Funny dude.
You went on to do amazing movies and go beyond being funny.
Yeah.
Right, and play other things and do other things. Right.
Yeah.
Was there a convo around you doing Richard Pryor too?
Yep, we was gonna do Richard Pryor, man, and
what happened?
It was one of the Weinstein projects.
That's not
so
gonna.
When the Weinstein company went down, all the projects that was a part of the company went down as well.
What can we do? Like that sounds like something like what can we do to make sure somebody else get on that?
That's you know, his wife has the control over it, and you know, I'll just back off of that, man. You know what I mean? That was something that I wanted to do. They actually have ran around. Lee Daniels was going to direct it, and they actually ran around and promoted it, told everybody I was going to do it, got everybody hyped, and then it didn't happen. And the whole world been looking at me like, what happened to Richard Pryor? I'm looking at them like,
done fucked up the Richard Pryor movie.
Yeah, they looking at me like I'm looking at them like I've been Mike Epps the whole time. Y'all was waiting on this. I'm still doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Any other movies you working on right now?
Yeah, I got a movie in the theaters now called The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yo, that's right. I want to see that, man. I saw that trailer it's about gentrification. It's one of the realest, because you know what San Francisco is going through right now with gentrification. Yo, it's one of the trailer was incredible.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
So it's out? I didn't know it came out.
Yeah, it's out. It's only in limited theaters, but it's getting rave reviews.
Yo, listen.
Might be good in the Oscar.
Last Black Man
in San Francisco.
Look, man, I'm telling y'all.
It's about gentrification.
Yeah.
And it's really happening all over the world.
Yes, it is.
And this is a movie to show the effect of it for a black man. See, they talking about gentrification, but they not telling the true story of what it is doing to the inner city black people who have lived in these neighborhoods.
This is all they got.
This is all they taking these houses from them. Mm-hmm. And those houses, those houses back in the day, when we look at those videos and stuff, and you see the drug dealers with Mercedes Benzes and stuff in front of these raggedy houses that was crack houses, those houses are now worth millions of dollars. They were $5 a piece then. When black people was living in these communities, they didn't know that them houses were dirt cheap and were going to become very, very wealthy houses. Meaning that the Europeans had a 20-year plan, which they always do on black people. It's 20 years. They plan out 20 years, 30 years from you. You don't even know what they're going to do. That's what they had planned. So while we was running around selling crack, shooting up, making these houses, crack houses, and not paying attention. And them houses was $6 a piece then. They cost $500,000 because they then took and pushed all the black people out in them houses and communities they used to live in because they don't want to commute to downtown anymore. Proximity, because the downtowns of every city in America are back.
The suburbs is over.
The suburbs is over. So now black people is out there in these suburbs like, man, I got a mansion. I'm renting a mansion for $700 or $650, and I got 6 bedrooms. I got a pool. They don't even know this is about to be the hood.
And you got to drive. You got to get expensive gas. You got to pay car insurance. Meanwhile, rich folks is like, you know what?
Ride my bike to work.
I'm about to skateboard across the street.
You hear me? That's what this movie's about. And the white people are not doing the history on the houses. So now they in the houses, and some drug dealer that got killed in the 90s is hunting their kids. Got a troop jacket on, a Kango, and a rope. Kids can't sleep because it's a 90s drug dealer that got
killed. That's not this movie. No. That's a different movie. That's a MIXX spinoff. about gangbanger ghosts in the Fillmore.
Rapping Forte.
Yo, that's a different movie, different time. Great film though.
Yeah,
that's a great spoof.
And I'm in another movie called Dolomite with Eddie Murphy.
Wait, does that whoa. You're not just whoa.
You know about that, Dolomite.
I saw Dolomite.
Rudy Ray Moore.
Movie. Yeah. I know Rudy Ray Moore, but I did not know that Eddie Murphy and MIXX was doing Dolomite.
Oh, yeah. Me, Eddie Murphy, Wesley Snipes. It's a gang of us. T.I., Snoop.
This is shot already?
Yeah. I got the trailer and everything. It's just a good movie, man. It's gonna come out in August.
Wait, the trailer's public?
No, the trailer ain't public.
You gonna show it right now, and exclusive on Hot 97, or Eddie will get mad?
I mean, I could show it to you exclusive.
That's it.
But,
all right, so it's coming out in August.
Yeah, it come out.
Now, wait, we're gonna watch it after the interview because they gonna. You want the cameras to zoom in? Zoom in on his phone.
I don't know. Are you gonna get in trouble?
That's all I get?
Hey, man, they might lock me up for this shit, man. Let's see.
So now, people, you may not understand. Gangster rap, you brought up Too Short.
Yeah.
Too Short, all that pimp rap, vulgar rap, all of that does not exist without Dolomite from the generation prior to it.
No doubt.
Nobody, I don't think people, and I remember people used to get mad, right? I've been in radio since 1990. People used to get mad at Snoop Dogg. They used to get mad at all this shit. But that was from the generation before. That was from the Mac and Dolomite and all of that shit.
No doubt. No doubt, bro.
You know that skit on, was it the Snoop album? One of those albums.
Dr. Dre.
Dre album when he was like, Daddy.
If I had hair on my chest, what would I have?
No, he said if I put my nuts on the wall, what would those be?
Those would be walnuts.
Daddy, if I put your nuts on my chest, what would those be?
Those would be chestnuts.
Well, Daddy, if I put
my balls on my chin, what would it be? He said you have a in your mouth.
Exactly. Y'all never heard that joke?
No.
That's Rudy Ray Moore.
What about the signifying monkey?
1974.
Yeah, these right? 1970s. Yeah. But this was the dude. This was a guy that was a first Tyler Perry. He didn't have no money. He shot all his movies low budget in the ghetto in L.A. Go check him out. His name was Rudy Ray Moore. He had a crew with him, and they did stand-up comedy, and they wouldn't let him in the business because he was too black, and he had women walking around with their chests out, naked, and man, this movie is crazy. Eddie Murphy did a great job. Eddie Murphy's back, and I was just glad to be about it. Yeah, it's gonna come out and it'll be out in the fall. They're gonna start promoting it. It's called Dolomite with Eddie Murphy, me, Wesley Snipes, T.I., Key and Peele. It's all kind of.
Key and Peele too?
With one of the Peele, the skin. Yeah.
Skinny light skin.
Yeah. Peele. He's in it, and Keegan. Keegan is in it.
He got too many names. Every time I see his name, shout out to Peele. Keegan Michael. Keegan
Peele.
Jordan Peele. Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah.
Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah. He's hilarious in it too. KMK. So it got all kind of hilarious good brothers in the film, man. It's good.
That's cool, man.
Yep.
Yo, man, shout to you, man.
Man, thank you, man. Thanks, shout out to you, E,
guy,
bro.
Man.
My light-skinned cousin, man.
Yo, shout out to this guy, man. He got the best shirts in the game, man.
Yeah, man, I got this over at TJ Maxx. See, that's the thing.
Look, I got a philosophy